already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 24 of the Seattle Attack franchise mode. Last episode, bit of a disappointment as we went to the playoffs and we got eliminated in round 1. So it was a very early exit for us in round number 1. However, we're back here in the offseason, starting at the entry-level draft. No one retired that I remember, unless it was some random person that we got. But we're starting right off with the entry-level draft. I don't believe there's any trades or signings that we have to announce in this one. However, we are planning on trading some people. Let's just start you off with who, okay? So I put Peugeot up there only because I would love to keep him. However, him making $3 million in the fourth line just doesn't really make sense. Glass kind of pushed him out of that third line center spot. And, no one else on that third line really deserves to come off of that line. So just to see if we can get rid of him, if we can get anything out of him before we probably just let him walk to free agency. Something I don't really want to do, but something we're probably going to have to do in this situation. Then we got Alex Martinez, who is probably the biggest, biggest guy that we're most likely going to trade at the draft, regardless of if we get an offer for him or if we trade him away ourselves. And I put Bowie on there only because I kind of want to see what he's worth on the market. Because if you look at our defensive core next year, we obviously have, well, strictly talking about right-hand defenseman here, we have Shattenkirk, who is most likely going to be our number one guy. Then we have Elanco, who is going to be probably like an 83, 84 overall next year, just due to his growth. And then we have Bowie. So if we can get rid of Bowie and get something else to, add for a prospect or more picks or whatever the case is. And we also have Logren, who we've been trying to bring up for the past 3 years. And then we also have Dobson. So eventually it's probably going to end up with Logren, Dobson, and Elanco anyway. And, our left-handed side is going to look a bit different this year with 2 new guys in there. So, if we can get rid of Martinez, well, we're definitely going to get rid of Martinez. That's probably just guaranteed, no question. Bowie, just trying to see if we can get rid of him at the draft for anything. Because I'd rather not, I don't know if he's a restricted free agent or not. But, I don't want to just give him away for nothing, let him walk to free agency or anything. So if we have to do a sign and trade or type situation, then, we'll do that. But if not, then we'll continue on with our team. Then I told you guys last time that we're going to have the battle of the backups this year in the preseason. We have to sign both of them first off. But Subban and Velaheinen, whoever wins that battle this year is going to, or the winner stays is going to be our NHL backup, and the loser is going to get traded. So whoever that's going to be, I don't know yet because we haven't gotten there yet. But let's get right into the draft. I've talked on long enough here. So we have let's see. Let's go double check here because I'm probably going to say it wrong. We have a first, 3/3, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh. So if we can possibly trade Martinez for maybe either a first or a second, that would be more than fine with me. Plus, a lot of guys are due for upgrades this year, so getting rid of his salary is going to be perfect. So it doesn't actually tell us what overall we have, which is kind of annoying. But either way, like I said, let's get right into the draft and see what's going on. So the draft class this year is very, very strange. Because if you guys remember, a couple years ago when we got some good prospects, you saw people that actually had good stats. Well, looking through these guys, not a lot of them have great stats. So you look at the guys that have been more scouted than the other ones, and they aren't really that great. I mean, you see a couple of good stars here and there, but it's nothing really too crazy. But, I have some guys marked, of guys we're interested in, potential guys. There is actually one guy that's later on here somewhere that I'm pretty interested in. Is it this? No, it's not this guy. It's actually a forward, I think. I think it's this guy. Yeah, this guy. So Arthur Lindzen, this is a guy I'm actually pretty interested in because he's already 20 years old, which means he's going to be more developed. And usually, I'm going to use usually pretty lightly in this situation, but usually they're pretty good coming out of the draft. So if we can get a centerman that is already pretty good, then great. If not, then we'll go with whatever is there. But we might be able to steal him away. Start of the second round, end of the first, depending on what happens here. But like I said, let's get right into it. So I actually don't even know where our pick is. So it's probably like 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Okay. So it's not too bad, but, you know, top 20, that's fine. So let's just simulate a couple picks here, see if we can get a trade going here. So A. Lucic went first overall, 70 overall. Okay. So I'm kind of just seeing what happens. Nabokov, 74 overall. All right, that's a pretty good pickup. I mean, that's the highest overall so far, at least. Breach. Okay, so I kind of just want to, let's just simulate to our pick. That way we don't just go, there we go. So a second and a fourth. 51 overall, that's what, like 20? That's 20th. So it's a pick after ours. Oh, they're trading our pick back to us. I'm so stupid. They're trading our pick back to us, sending them, okay. So let's go look at this real quick, because this is actually like a decent trade. So a second and a fourth, both this year. We're getting our pick back, and we're getting a fourth. So, a second and a fourth. I don't think I'm going to get a first out of him. You know, a second, we could always trade up to get him. But, hey, I'll take that. 5.5 mil off the books, then I'm okay with that. Let's just look at what we got here. So, none of the guys I marked are on my screen, which is making me kind of worried a little bit. But they're probably, yeah, they're all down here. That's why. So, I don't really see anything at the top here I really like that would really fit our team. Plus, the guys are literally right here. So they're not like it's like a third-round pick in the first round. It's not like that. But I know there's a couple defensemen here that have some good stats. This Emmanuel Grolu, I don't really know how to pronounce that. But he actually looks like a pretty good pick. But I'm going to go with my original pick and take Arthur Lindzen. I'm pretty sure his stats actually either got better or more accurate or something in the last couple. But look at his skating. 80, 88, 87, 87 speed. So, okay. Puck skills are a little weak. So he looks like he's going to be a really good skater. Yeah, I'll take the risk on him. Why not? What do we got? 69 overall. Hey, I'll take that. Especially if he's 20 years old, he can play immediately. So he's got some decent stats on him for first round pick, 69 overall. I'm pretty sure that's like, what, top 5 overalls? I mean, now that I see this guy, 20 years old, right wing playmaker, 78 overall. All right, so 74. So far he's the 4th best prospect. Our guy is. So hey, I'll take that. So let's sim the next round here. And, you know, let's just go back and look really quick what the picks were after ours. So, 56, okay. So, mid-50s, 60 in there. Okay, so it looks like we made the right choice. Didn't want. Let's go straight to our pick and see what comes up. So, no trades, no anything there. So, second round picks, couple of mid-80s. Okay, so he would have been a good pick for us. You know, top 4, 64 overall, 19 years old. Probably should have traded up if we really wanted to get him, but you know what? We'll stick with what we have. But T. Scott, center sniper, 20 years old. He actually looks real good. I'll have to go back in the footage and see if I can see where he was predicted to go and what his stats actually said. But good shooting, very good skating already. Weak on face-off, so probably would be moved to a winger. But hey, I mean, what a pickup for them. So all right, what else do we have here that we can grab? So we got a left wing, sniper, not really good, decent stats. Okay, decent, but not really anything I'm interested in. Calvin Neal, he doesn't look too terrible. Another 20-year-old. I'm trying to get some younger guys. Ooh. I mean, usually I don't draft grinders or enforcers, but this guy, Stu Tanabe, I'm going to go with, very good stats. If you look at his skating, 92, 96, 89. You know, there was that, what, 80 overall or whatever it was? This could beat that. I'm going with this guy. I don't even care what round it is. What is his overall? 81 overall. Let's go. 81 overall. I think that takes the top because the other guy was okay, he was a 79. What was the other guy? 74, 78. So we have the top prospect of the draft right now, right? Yeah, 79. And then we have an 81. Let's go. So sometimes it actually is more beneficial to take the older guys, like the 20-year-olds, and, you know, draft them because usually they're better than the 19, 8, or even, I should say 17 through 19-year-olds. You know, sometimes, not always, but hey, I'll take it. We got what was the other guy? A 69 overall center, and now we got an 81 overall right wing. That's awesome. Just think, we wouldn't even have had that pick if we didn't trade away Martinez. So, all around a great, great draft so far. What else can we get? Because I didn't actually, you know, mark anyone past the first, or I guess first 2 rounds. So this one's going to be all improvised, all trying to figure out who is the best prospect to take. So as far as what prospects we need, if we're going to be moving up Logren this year, we're going to need to probably draft a good right-hand defenseman here in the next year or 2. However, we do have some other good ones in the system, I believe, that we've already drafted. Well, what else do we got? We got Rhodes. Okay, these are all... I feel like now we're just going to get into the decent prospects, but not really that great. So I'm literally just looking for the best player here. I don't really care what it is, just the best player. So, let's see. What do we have for left-hand defensemen? Actually, we need some left-hand defensemen. So I know we're kind of going down the list. But 60 overall, that's not terrible. I mean, he could probably play in the AHL this year, except for I think he's 18. So, you know what? Whatever. So, past this round, there's nobody scouted. It feels like. Just nobody scouted. So, we're going to have to scroll down a little bit here just to try to find somebody we're interested in. So, we already looked at a bunch of these people. Who else do we got down here a little bit? Once again, I usually don't draft grinders, but 20 years old. And what we did last time, 81 overall. Can we do it again here with, let's try to pronounce this one. UC Continen? I'm going to go with Continen. Why not? Let's take him. Who do we got? 61 overall. Hey, that's not bad. Around the other one. And we have another... oh, perfect. That is perfect. Because I was looking at some other guys, you know, farther down. And I found someone else that I had pinned up. And there he is. Caesar Mason, I don't even want to try, but we're just going to go with him, make the pick. Okay, 55 overall. We can't always get good picks. I'm probably going to cut the rest of the draft out, guys, since there's probably going to be nothing really interesting going on. And if there is, I'll bring it back. However, we'll probably see it in the re-sign stage. After the draft, you know, we had some very, very good picks. Obviously, the 81 overall right-wing grinder was great. We had a couple of good centermen that were 20 years old. We had a 66 overall later in the draft. I don't remember exactly what that was, but either way, we'll see it eventually here. Let's get into the contracts and re-sign all of our people. So we no longer have Alex Martinez. We're going to miss that veteran leadership on the back end. However, you know, we got some good guys coming that are ready for the NHL and ready for the challenge. So, let's just start off with our centermen, like usual. On to the centerman here. So we got Pajot that needs a contract, although we didn't trade him, which is something I kind of wanted to do. Linden Vey, only got him for numbers last year in a trade. What else do we got here? So Batherson, I'd love to have him actually play for us. You know, he just never really got good enough to be a mainstay in the lineup. Yeah, so Pajot wants like $3 million, and we're not going to pay him that on the fourth line, unfortunately. So, as much as I love you, Pajot, we're going to have to get rid of you. You know, I kind of wish, you know, we didn't get Bozak, because that kind of also helped the decision in a way. But we also have no centermen that are close to the NHL. But, you know, Linden, I think this, Lizen, I think his name is. I don't know. This is the guy we got in the first round last year. I'm going to probably wait 1 year to sign him. Do I want to, though? How many people do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll sign him this year. Why not? So, yep, that's fine with you. Markov, we'll sign you as well. Sign to the contract. And all right, that's fine. So we'll have six centermen down there. That's fine. So on to left wings here. Alrighty then. So let's just start right off with immediate releases. Solaric, I don't really have any interest in keeping you. Jan, he's been really good for us, honestly. Because I think we got him after that 45-point year, and I think he put up 65 last year, and then 55 this year. So he's been very good for us, in the AHL. However, does he deserve a chance to look at the NHL? Not particularly. However, I kind of want to keep him because we don't really have any other really good. Of course, you want a. We're going to take all that back. He wants a one-way contract. So, although I would love to keep him, we can't really. So, I guess goodbye for now then. So, Brian Wanvig, he is a left-wing grinder. I don't really have any interest in keeping him, to be completely honest. We will sign Brian Boys here. I think, yeah, this is the guy that we drafted in the 5th round this year. 66 overall. I'll take it. It's a really good pickup. A sniper coming along, so trying to get some more goal scoring in our team. I'll wait till next year to sign Domi here. But as for our NHL guys, Kyle Connor and Berchi, I would like to bring back both of them. However, well, Connor, I'm definitely going to bring back. Okay, of course you want $1 bajillion. So, darn, I probably should have threw either Spooner or Dzingel on the trade block as well, because they have a lot of salary tied up in them as well. However, I just realized we have $44 million in cap space. So if we sign him to an 8-year contract, that would take him till he's 33 or 34. So let's sign him to a 6-year deal at like 7.5. See if that goes through, because that's still a really good contract for a first-line player. I mean, he's not a superstar, but he's still pretty good, and we have some guys behind him that are very good. So Berchi. So what do you want? $6 million for 4 years. Oh, gosh. All right. So here's my thought. I'll just talk it out and see if I can come up with a conclusion here. So we have Spooner, obviously, down there, making $4.8 million on the 3rd line. Do we want to, A, keep Spooner and put him maybe on the 2nd line with Besser or with Lindholm and kind of just keep him? Or do we want to keep Berchi and trade Spooner? Now, you may be thinking, oh, this shouldn't be really a question because Berchi's the better overall. However, what would be better for our team? Now, for this case, I think I'm just going to sign Berchi to a 1-year deal because I don't really want to commit to him 4 years yet, especially with not knowing what the future is for most of our players. He's got the goal scoring there. He's got the numbers that we need. But I just don't want to commit to him long term, especially because, we have Spooner that's tied up for another, year I think I saw. But let's go 1 year, $6 million. I mean, that's pretty fair. I mean, he wants, 6.2, 6.3, and 1 year he wants 5.9, but we'll just give him 6 mil because, 1, we can't even give him that asking price, and 2, it looks clean. So we'll go with that. So we're spending a lot of money on our top 2 left wings. I might try to trade Spooner because, you know what, $4.8 million for a 3rd liner is very, very expensive, especially after last year where he didn't really perform that well. It's very, very questionable. Dzingel, although I love him, I would like to get maybe someone that's a little bit more defensive to help the penalty kill. But you know what, he's doing fine right now, so we'll hang on to him. But now here's the fun part. So let's start with the immediate releases. So Kolesar, as much as I love to have him on our team, he was not very good you know, especially in the AHL, and you know, 74 overall, 25 years old. Not really feeling it, especially because we got, you know, a plethora of guys that are ready for the show. So we got 2 guys that we probably should sign this year. Plus we got Tanabe. Plus we have Bell that's looking for a spot. So just out of curiosity, what handedness are these guys? So right-handed and right-handed. Okay, so are any of these guys left-handed? Because we kind of need left wings right now. So Kip is. Okay, so we can swap him to a left wing. Ryan, you're right-handed. Bell is left-handed. Yep. So I could swap Bell to a left wing because if we're going to keep Besser, which we are, and Lindholm, he's not really going to be going anywhere for the next, like, 5 years unless one of these guys starts sucking. So left wing is probably the spot that, you know, prospect will want to be right now because with Berchi's kind of inconsistency and Spooner and Dzingel, you know, basically the 2nd through 4th lines are open for whoever performs well and whoever wants to, you know, prove themselves that they deserve to be there. Then that's who's going to play there. You know, I think this year I'm just going to go with who's playing the best. That's who's going to be on our top lines. That's who's going to be doing, you know, everything for us. So if you play well, you're going to be there. So, you know, that's kind of the thought there. But right wings. Okay, so we have to sign Besser. What do you want? Okay. I kind of expected a little bit more, honestly. But let's go with, I mean, we just paid Connor, what, 7.5? And he's also listed as a second liner. What is Connor listed as? He's listed as a first liner. Okay, so I'm guessing Berchi's a second liner then? Okay. So we're paying him $6 million. So let's match it, honestly. $6 million, 4 years. He might not accept that, so we might have to just do 6.5. But, you know, that works for me. So Tanabe, he's just too good to not sign this first year. Plus 20 years old, he can play in the AHL if he doesn't do well in the preseason. But then we also have Richie there and Bell, and obviously with Ryan there as well, looking for a spot. So let's sign Richter here, and then let's sign the other guy that I forgot his name, Nelson. Get both of those guys in here. What about Beaulieu? Okay. You know what? Let's just sign them all. Why not? I mean, I think we have the space, and if not, then we'll make the space. Here's the fun part. We have a very, very deep defensive pool. So let's start with Anderson down here. So we are not going to keep him. However, we're going to qualify his offer. That way we can trade him basically once the free agency starts to get literally anything back. So Shattenkirk will probably we'll bring back. Bowie I'll try to bring back. Alanka will bring back. DeKaiser, you know, do I want to bring him back because we have Bigros, who's up here, obviously. We have him signed to a contract. Lindros, who's coming in. And then we also have Goldman. So we have to sign Goldman, obviously. DeKaiser, what does he want for a contract? He wants 4... Okay, so we're not going to be able to re-sign him with that. When he was looking for an extension, was at like about 2.5 mil. So I was thinking about bringing him back, but unfortunately we can't do that. So as you can probably tell, we are getting very, very young on the defensive side. We have to sign him. Slater Cuckoo, we're going to release him. Anyone else? Colton White. Do we have... What else do we have down there? We have a couple of 22-year-olds. He is decent. However, I'm going to try to get some other guys rotating and playing down there because he hasn't really gotten better since he's been down there. So we'll have to wait. So who else we got? So we'll try to sign both of those guys if we can, but let's start with the guys that actually make sense. So Shattenkirk, I would like to sign him. Okay. So I was going to say max 2 years, but he wants 3 years. So let's sign him to a 2-year deal at 5. Let's sign him 2 years, 5.5. You know, it's a little bit lower than what he wants, but it should work out just fine for us. So the next one, Madison Bowie. What do you want for a contract? 4 years at 6.2. Is he worth that contract? That's the thing we're going to make up. Is he worth that contract? So last year, which we made it to, well, I guess that's 2 years ago, when we made it to the third round of the playoffs, you know, 27 points, went minus, but, you know, whatever. And he doesn't really do anything in the playoffs. So, is he worth $6 million? For 18 points, positive 10. Alright, what does Alonco want? Let's just go down to him. So, he's been very, very strange since we've gotten him. But what does he want? 3.9. So, let's try to offer him a bridge deal. Let's try to offer him like a 3 mil at 2 years type of situation. Hopefully he accepts that. If not, we'll probably go to 3.5. And just give him a little bridge deal. Because if he doesn't perform really on the second line, which is what I'm going to try to aim for him to be at this year, then I don't really want to trade him. But if all he does is score goals, it just doesn't make sense. Like, he can do it, 8 points, he can pass the puck then, but then all of a sudden, he just doesn't do that. It just doesn't make sense. So, we'll bring him back. Goldman, what do you want? So, you want $3 million. Okay, so we're not going to offer you that. Let's go with a 1-year deal at, like, 1.75. Because Goldman has not played in the NHL, that I remember. He might have maybe for a game or two. So he played 2 games last year in the playoffs, but other than that, he has not played in the NHL. And he's another one. Why does he put up more goals than he does, like, assists? It doesn't make sense, especially for a defensive defenseman. When his puck skills are 3 stars, senses are 2, shooting's a 3-star, but his defense and skating and physical are all better. Just, I don't get it. But all right, Lilgren. What do you want? You already want an NHL deal. So, let's sign you to a 1-year deal at like 1.25 or something like that. Just because you definitely don't deserve $2.5 million for not even playing the NHL yet. What else we got? Dobson's on another year. That's good. So we'll have to figure out our defense as far as numbers for left and right-handedness goes. But we'll sign these 2 guys for now, just to get some numbers in there. And I think that was all of the guys. Yeah, it was. Okay, so goaltenders. All right. So we are going to sign a 6th goaltender, hopefully with some potential on them. But let's sign both of these guys to a 1-year deal at, basically whatever at this point. Velaheinen, 1.25. That's fine with me. And then Scott will definitely be our AHL starter this year. That way he gets a full year as a starter, because of course it's always scrolled to the right. But you can tell, I mean, he's been very, very good as a backup. 11-1 the 1 year, 17. Well, I should start at the bottom, but 17-11, 11-1, 9-3. He's been doing fine. So he's probably after that 11-1 year, he should have been the starter. We had Velaheinen, and obviously I wanted to keep him. So both those guys, hopefully they re-sign. We're going to be 1-year deals that whoever loses that preseason battle is going to get traded. So we're definitely going to need to sign another goaltender. But let's simulate a day or two and try to get contracts figured out and on into the free agency and see if we can pick up any other key pieces. Second day of the re-sign stage. Most everybody re-signed except for, 4 people. So I think we also have Subban as well. So we actually, I don't think, even made an offer to Bowie. So we'll have to do that. But neither of these younger guys wanted to sign that deal. So let's try to go with a 2 years, maybe a 1.5. Because we offered him 1.25, I believe. So let's try to do that. He wants 3 years, but he just doesn't deserve that money yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to pay someone $3 million to barely be in the NHL. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So Alonco did not accept his deal either. So, do I want to try to take it to free agency and let him hopefully come down in his price? Because, I mean, $3 million for not really doing much of anything. Like, I could go pay someone, $1 million to do the same thing. So, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what I want to do. So, let's just try to offer him a 1-year deal at $3 million and see if that works. I obviously don't want to get rid of him, but I obviously don't want to just let him walk for nothing either. So, we still have $27 million in cap, so that's $3 million. That's 1.5, so it's 4.5. And then we have 3 guys left. Another thought is Berchi didn't want to re-sign at his money because he wants to win now, and apparently our team is not in a position to do that, even though for the past 2 years we've made it to the playoffs. So I'm kind of curious. Do we want to get rid of Berchi and Spooner and try to get someone that's, you know, top tier and maybe even move Connor to the second line? Or do we want to try to keep Berchi and Spooner and just try to play off what we have? I mean, both situations are interesting. However, I feel like if we let Berchi go to the free agency, then we're not going to get him back. The last two guys that have not signed are Berchi and Bowie. Both want more money. Both want to test free agency. So everyone else re-signed. Lilligren didn't yet, but we qualified his offer, so we're probably going to go into free agency and probably sign to like a 1 year, $1 million type situation. But Anderson, we're going to be trading upcoming here once we get into free agency, and then we have Berchi and Bowie. So honestly, I'm not really too hurt as far as Berchi and Bowie go. However, we're going to need goal scoring. So it's something we can address. You know, do we have to trade Spooner and get, you know, a solidified top six and then kind of put Dzingel as that third line left wing and then get, you know, a more defensive guy for the fourth line? Or is that where Bell fits in, or Jan, or, you know, whoever else? But as for now, I think I'm just going to release both these guys just so, you know, they're 100% in free agency and that's all we have to worry about. All goaltenders re-signed, so we don't have to worry about that. But like I said, Anderson's going to be traded, and then Lilligren will most likely drop his asking price, and we'll re-sign him for that. So let's get into free agency and see what's going to happen. Here we are at free agency. Let's see what's going to happen. Well, let's just see who's up there first, and then we'll address what we need. So Alexander Ovechkin leading the way as the lead free agent person. So obviously, we're not going to even try to go for him because he's probably not going to sign with us at $10 million plus. Ovechkin, we got Mantha, Wenberg. Okay, so we got some pretty good players here. Berchi, he significantly dropped his asking price. So maybe we'll go after that again. I mean, if we don't go for him, you know, there's the likes of maybe Forsberg, but he's probably going to be gone by the time we offer him a contract. We could go for Domi, but that'd kind of be the same situation. We could go with the younger guy in Sherbak. You know, we'd switch him to a left wing, but he's there if we want him. Or we could go with someone down here like Kajula, or, you know, whoever else we could possibly go for. You know, there's the options. So let's go check out goaltenders real quick, just to show you that. So Varlamov, I guess no real starters are available this year. But let's see what happens. Let's go address our needs real quick, and then let's come back and make an action plan. Welcome back, guys. We are still in free agency here, and on your screen now are 4 guys that we have offered a contract to. Berchi, obviously you recognize from last year, he significantly decreased his want for his salary. So we did offer him a 2-year contract at $6 million. Probably could have gone a little bit lower, but he last year said he wanted to win, and he didn't think our team was in a position to do so, and he didn't sign it last year. So going to free agency, he significantly dropped that price, so we figured if we can get him back, 2-year deal, that would be perfect, especially to play on our second or third line, depending on how he plays. Second guy, Timothy Lilligren, the guy that we recognized from our team from last year as well. We did not offer him the contract on the screen. We offered him a 2-year contract at $1.5 million. So you recognize the top 2 guys. The second 2 guys, I think, is it Jamie? No, Jasper, whatever you want to pronounce it as. I really need to say anything more about this guy. 78 overall, 19 years old, center, low elite, you know, sniper. I mean, is there anything else I really have to say about this guy? Probably not, but very good young player. Obviously, I would love to have him on our team. Would most likely start in the AHL. Probably wouldn't even try to put him in the NHL the first year. But there's that. Then we have a defensive prospect in Craig Walter. Now, Mr. Craig Walter was a draft pick that was never signed. So, 73 overall, 20-year-old defenseman. You know, we got rid of Colton White last year because he wasn't really doing anything. 25 years old. He was getting kind of at the point where he needed to make that jump, or else I guess he wouldn't be with us much longer. But we made a trade also. I should mention that. We traded away Anderson, who we qualified an offer to to, I think it was either Chicago or Colorado or something like that, for a prospect left defenseman, which is something we needed. So we got that. I will show you him later. But then also we have a goaltender we're trying to sign in, I don't remember this guy's first name, Robert Sundqvist, who's all he is a prospect goaltender. And with his potential, he should have a lot of trade value on him. So yes, we were going to be carrying 6 goaltenders into the start of the season, but like I said, with the goaltender backup situation, Subban and Velaheinen, whoever loses that preseason battle is going to get traded. So 5 guys, that leaves us with 1 guy short of our roster max. And that's pretty much it. So let's simulate a couple days, see who accepts, and if people don't accept, then I guess we'll have to find other options. So the first one, Sundqvist signed with us. Great. So, I mean, we don't have to really worry about... I mean, there was a couple other guys that we could have gotten, but, you know, he was the highest drafted person. So, Berchi back with us. Walter is with us. Liljegren's with us at 2 years, 1.5 mil. Zibanejad is with us. So, awesome. That's a big pickup. And even if he doesn't perform here, he probably will have some good trade value on him that we could always trade him and, you know, get something better, or, you know, another prospect or whatever. So let's go look at what is Zibanejad's potential. So, hey, he's got decent potential on him, and you know, I'm super excited about that one. But I mean, that's kind of it for the re-sign stage. I mean, if you want to take a quick look at our team, you know, we are gonna actually, I'm probably gonna sign 1 more prospect left wing, because I kind of don't like 3 down there. And, you know, I already swapped over the 1 guy from our right wing. So we're going to go sign 1 more prospect left wing, and then we're going to get right into the preseason and then show you guys the lines, show you guys the preseason battles, and show you guys what's going to go on leading into next year. Here we are in the preseason, and boy, is our team going to look different this year. So let's go to edit lines, show you guys what's happening here. So obviously, these are not the final lines by any means, but just trying to throw some guys in different spots to see how they do. But, you know, you can see our team. I don't really have to explain it to you. Spooner, I'm trying to give a chance to see if playing on the second line with these 2 guys can do anything. Then we got Bell up here, who's obviously an 81 overall, so he's going to be looking to stay up here. Then we got Tanabe, who's also up here that we drafted. So we got those 2 guys looking for a spot. 4th line is basically just the guys that we had to move down to give other guys a spot to. Defense looks very different this year. You know, we have Shattenkirk out of the lineup before you guys say anything. We have Shattenkirk out of the lineup. We still have him. We didn't trade him. But, you know, our left-hand defenseman, that's kind of the order I wanted him to be. You know, just add in Shattenkirk to the first line with probably Alanko on the second. And then I guess it's kind of the battle between Liljegren and Dobson to see if either of them is ready for the NHL, and if not, then I guess we'll have to go try to sign someone or do something. But all along this process, I'm probably gonna just kind of see what's gonna happen. I want Alanko to play with every different defenseman here, you know, to see what's gonna happen with him. And obviously, I want Liljegren and Dobson to learn how to play in the NHL. With our offensive people, I mean, if Bell and Tanabe make the team this year, great. If not, they'll have fun in the AHL this year, hopefully dominating. And then, of course, the number 1 battle this year is between our 2 backup goaltenders. We got Subban, we got Velaheinen. Who's going to win that battle? And this is going to be a rare time that I actually take you guys through the preseason and get you ready for the regular season. We are going to stop right after the preseason, so we're not going to go into the regular season today because this video is going to be going on long enough. But enough of me talking. Let's get into the preseason battle. We're going to go 2 games at a time for our goaltenders and then kind of see what happens after that. So I'm probably going to cut it a whole bunch during the situation just to kind of swap around some lines, swap around everything else. So, you know, I'm sorry for all the cutting, but you know what? Hopefully you guys do enjoy this. And let's go a couple of games here. So we got Winnipeg and we got St. Louis. I'm not going to go into the games and do it like we do during the playoffs. Allocate budget. We're just going to keep it the same. So no issues there. Auto set promotion nights, all the preseason stuff that you guys usually don't see. But 2 wins for Subban so far. So although that is good to see, they're both 1-goal games and in the shootout fashion. So take that for what it is. But it looks to be decent so far. Cody Glass, a very a shocking pick to be the #1 guy there right now. So let's swap around the goaltenders, swap around some lines, and get back into games 3 and 4. To swap around some lines again, let's get into games 3 and 4. We got Dallas and Minnesota. What is Velhainen going to say after those 2 straight wins from Subban? And he puts up a 1-1. So decent, not perfect, but every game except for the last game has been a 1-goal game. So, do we want to base off a record? Do we want to base it off of, the goals against and save percentage? I don't really know yet, but let's switch around again and see what happens. Let's head into game number 6 versus Chicago. We swapped around even more things. We put Shattenkirk in the lineup. We took Dobson out just because, we're getting to that point where we need to start solidifying our team. Still kind of trying to work out who's going to play with Shattenkirk this year. But as for our goaltenders, this is the big matchup. Let me guys just break this down for you guys. I know this video is going to be very long, and a lot of it is going to be cut out. I've been recording for like an hour and a half. But this preseason battle is absolutely crazy. So let me just give you guys the rundown of what's actually happening. So our goaltenders are basically doing the exact same thing. And our lines are going to look extremely crazy right now, but let me explain to you why. I said earlier in the video, we're going to go with people that are deserving of being on the line or doing well enough to be moved up a line or doing worse enough to move down. And that's what's happening here in the preseason. Maybe wondering, why is Lindholm not in your second line? Why is Tanneby on the 4th line? Why is Turris and Horvat on the 2nd and 3rd line? Whatever you want to say. Glass, 9 points in 6 games. Turris, doing a little bit worse, 7 points. Still very good, but doing a little bit worse. And then you have Horvat at 6 points. So that's how they kind of fell. Then left wings, it's the same thing. Right wings, same thing. Okay? Bell wasn't performing as well enough to be on the 3rd line. So I figured putting him on the 4th line would be a waste. So we have Dzingel back in the lineup. Our defense is going to be changed once again. But we just had Lindros on the 1st line for with Shattenkirk the 1st game. And now we're putting Goldman there to see how he does in the 7th game. So this is how it's going to look for our defense. Might swap up the left-handed defenseman a little bit here. But goaltenders going to the last game. I actually forgot to put Velhainen in for game 6. So Subban actually has an extra gameplay, which I didn't really want to happen. But Velhainen will be playing in game number 7. And once we have that, we will come back and tell you what's going to be going on with our goaltenders. Now, it is the moment of truth. Which goaltender are we going to trade? Let's go to the stats. Let's try to figure this out. And I know this isn't like such a huge deal, but you know what? I don't know. It's going to be somewhat of a decent deal. So, okay. So, 7 games played in total. Subban went 4-0, which you might think, oh, he should definitely be the one that stays. Well, let's figure this out. Velhainen 1-2. Still not horrible. Save percentages are both horrible. I mean, both under 9, which is like what a minimum should be for a good team. Goals against. Velhainen actually has better save percentage and goals against. Goals allowed were 13-9. So in this case, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to get rid of Velhainen. I kind of want to give him a chance this year. But, we just can't. I mean, with numbers-wise, Subban went 4-0. I mean, he can't really... He won this, 4 games. I mean, you can't take that away from him. He won more games than Velhainen even played in. So, I mean, unfortunately, we have to get rid of Velhainen. I don't know if it's going to be the best choice, but, we have Scott that will probably happen to next year. Probably do the same battle with Subban and Scott. So, Velhainen might not be the last we see of him. If he performs well somewhere else and Subban sucks here, then we might trade him and just see if we made a mistake. I don't know. But we are going to be trading Velhainen. I mean, it's not going to be for really anything other than a pick probably. So I'm not even going to show it in the video. But if you guys did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.
I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body so I can take you wherever. Like, I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body, I can look at you and